this evening's meeting to order. It is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022, and it is our regular city council meeting for the city of Algonac. May I have roll call, please?
Councilman Blair.
Here.
Councilman Gillis.
Here.
Councilwoman Harris.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
Here.
Councilman Scarbeck.
Here.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Here.
Quorum present.
I'd like to excuse Mayor Pro Tem Bembas for having a previous engagement. Support.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, Mayor Pro Tem Bembas is excused. At this time, will everyone please take a moment of silent prayer? And please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we've approved our agenda. We have no presentations tonight, so we'll get right into public comment. Please keep in mind, as we're listening to people speak in throughout our meeting, is that please give them your undivided attention and state your name, your address, and you have 5 minutes to speak.
Hi, my name is Paul Molman. I just recently moved with my sister at 145 Milton. I was recently diagnosed with glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer. The reason I'm here tonight, I wanted to bring 2 things to the attention of the council. I've been a lifelong resident here, 51 years old. Almost every one of those 51 years have been right here in this city. It's a great community. After being diagnosed, I have a battle ahead of me. I decided I'm gonna get off the couch and I'm gonna fight this thing. I decided to start walking 10,000 steps a day. Our boardwalk is exactly 966 steps at a 2-foot, 4-inch stride. While walking in the mornings, I'm up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, every morning. You'll find me out there, taking in our river system. We live on one of the greatest freshwater deltas in the world. And this city park is here for us to enjoy. Well, taking my walks, I realized there was only an outhouse at the north end of the boardwalk. It's a long way to walk when you have to go to the bathroom. Now, part of that has been addressed today by Joe Bernier, who has done a tremendous job. He moved one of those outhouses over here to the south end, and I appreciate that. And they've been doing a wonderful job taking care of the outhouses. I use them every morning. I'm out here every morning. But the other reason I'm here to address is there's an even bigger issue. They are not handicap accessible. Someone who can't walk has to crawl into an outhouse to use an outhouse, if they can even make it there. I don't see any reason. Listen, we live on a beautiful water system. People are charged, they're paying high-dollar taxes, and it don't cost any more money to run water lines here, because the river's here, or provide the services than it does anywhere else. It's gonna take work, it's gonna take creativity, but there's no reason why there shouldn't be small, handicap accessible, gender neutral restrooms at the south end and the north end of the boardwalk. There's not even a public restroom available here at City Hall. And if there was, it would be handicap accessible and it would meet all ADA requirements. talk to the building department, they'll tell you the same thing. Alls I know is, I know there's gotta be funds available to make it happen. There's a lot of people, a lot of contractors in this community that will come together and help. They'll donate some of their time. They'll probably donate some materials. They might even kick in with some of the costs. There's a way to make it happen, and it needs to happen. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason, everyone should be able to enjoy this boardwalk. You may have a relative in a wheelchair. You may know someone in a wheelchair. Do they not deserve the opportunity to enjoy our river and our city park? In dignity? Thank you.
Thank you.
Don Davy, 710 Smith. I was not planning on standing up here tonight, till I was contacted by a resident on Sunday evening. A resident whose home took a substantial amount of damage during the Robin Street project. A resident who has contacted both City Hall and council members numerous times and who stood to speak at this podium 2 months ago. I was contacted because she was surprised to find 2 council members at her door on Sunday afternoon. Now, during the July 19th council meeting, 8 residents affected by this project spoke. At that meeting, Councilman Bembas asked the city manager for a detailed report on what has been going on with Robin Street, which she presented on August 3rd. In that report, under public communications, she listed that there were 5 times that Robin Street was on a meeting agenda. She listed that there were 8 times during 2021 and 2022 where it was discussed in her city manager report. Now, according to her August 3rd report, there were 3 flyers distributed to residents, and to my knowledge, there were 2 more for recent work that had been done, which brings the total to 5 times over the course of the project that residents were contacted by the city directly on work being done. Then, on August 30th, the city sent out letters to residents stating that the city appreciated those who spoke to council over a month before and apologized for any inconvenience. It was signed by the city manager and by the DPW supervisor. No member of council signed it. According to the people that I've talked to, there hasn't been any time during this project when any member of council has reached out to them to ask if they had any concerns. But then on Sunday, September 18th, 1 year and a day after this resident first contacted a member of city council, 2 months after she came to a council meeting to speak, and 7 weeks before city council election, 2 incumbent council members knocked on her door and the doors of her neighbors, asking if they had any concerns on the road now. Now, I started talking to some of these residents that live over in that area in June. And that was after I had been contacted asking about what was going on over there. From the moment that I talked to the first person living over there, I told them, if they thought that I was there because I was running for council, then don't vote for me. Because me talking to them had nothing to do with an election. I would hope at this stage in the game that when Mayor Stoneburner and Councilman Gillis knocked on the doors of those people living on Robbins and the streets affected by this project this past Sunday, that they told them the same thing. And if they didn't, I will repeat what I said from this podium over a different topic on October 16th, 2018. Maybe if some of you had decided to conduct yourselves appropriately before your seats at the table were in jeopardy, I wouldn't be standing here. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, guys. Gail Anthony, 1110 Summer Street. Okay, you know me, I can't talk off the top of my head, so I brought myself a list. Okay. After the death of one of our cooks from COVID, we decided to postpone our community suppers at First Lutheran Church until September. It's with great joy that we will be serving supper tomorrow night, guys, from 5 o'clock until 6:30. The menu is a pasta bar with toasted baguettes, fruit, beverages, and dessert. This is a free meal for those who are struggling, and donations are gratefully accepted from those who are not. Please come and bring your family and friends. On Friday, September 30th and Saturday, October the 1st, we'll be holding our fall craft and decor sale. This is brand new merchandise that was donated to our church. The sale hours are from 1 to 4 on both days. First Lutheran has been without a pastor for 3 years. The wait is over. I would like to introduce our new pastor, John Gregg, and Kim, his wife. Come on up, guys. I'm making him talk. Come on up.
Well, thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.
Kim and I are very happy to become part of this community, although we do not live in the community. We live over in Chesterfield with Kim's mom. We're proud and privileged to be part of this community through the church, and look forward to working with all of you and the community, and however we can assist in serving this wonderful city that we've experienced so far. And we look forward to many years ahead together, so, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, and welcome.
Thank you.
I'm just a little excited.
Anyone else?
If I could just add one thing that I meant to say, but my memory isn't what it used to be. There is a very good possibility in my future I will go through another brain surgery. It's almost everyone that battles this disease does at some point in time. I may be that guy in the wheelchair. So I'm here for my future as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no one, we'll go on with our meeting. We have no city manager report tonight, so we'll get right on to the consent agenda. Tonight's consent agenda consists of our city council meeting minutes from September 6th, 2022, departmental reports, which include light enforcement, DPW, finance, building, fire department, and water department, and our communications and notices, which consists of boards and commission roster and housing commission minutes. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Sports.
Comments, questions, concerns? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Alright, we have approved our consent agenda. Next, is unfinished business, of which we have none, so we'll get right into our new business. And first up is to approve, water plant air compressor motor replacement. This was submitted by Sonny Jacob, our water plant foreman. One of the 2 air compressor units at the water plant recently shut down, and after evaluation by our service provider, it was found that the motor burned out. The air compressor is a critical piece of equipment in the water plant. Water cannot be produced without it. The water plant is currently operating on 1 unit. We received 2 quotes to remove, build, and reinstall the unit. It is recommended to purchase from Brehab, who provided the lowest quote. Lead time to rebuild the compressor is 4 weeks. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the water plant air compressor motor replacement from Brehab Corporation, whose address is 1441 Carbonine in Troy, Michigan, in the amount of $8,526.80.
Support. Comments, questions, or concerns? Roll call, please.
Councilman Blair,
Yes.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback.
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve the fire department purchase of the washer extractor. This was submitted by Fire Chief Joe Doan. Firefighter gear requires proper washing to remove contaminants and reduce firefighters' exposure to carcinogens. Washer extractors are designed to effectively remove soot, chemicals, and even bodily fluids from soiled gear while preserving its protective qualities. Burning materials produce carcinogens that can significantly increase a firefighter's risk of developing cancers of the brain, skin, colon, prostate, and stomach. Using a water extractor limits the spread of potentially life-threatening contaminants. To remain compliant with the standards set forth by the National Fire Protection Agency and promote safety for fire personnel, the fire department is requesting to purchase a Ready Rack Washer Extractor 22, which meets NFPA 1851 requirements. 3 quotes were requested. We budgeted $10,000 in our 22-23 budget. It is recommended to purchase from the lowest bidder is Fire Safety USA. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department purchase of Ready Rack Washer Extractor 22 from Fire Safety USA, whose address is 3253 19th Street, Northwest Rochester, Minnesota 55901, and the amount of $5,449.95.
Support. Comments, questions, concerns?
Mayor Stoneberger?
Yes.
May I address our fire chief?
Yes.
Chief Doan? Is there installation cost on this, or is it like just a hold-down unit, or what, can you give me an explanation of what this is, actually?
Yeah, there is no, installation, it's a soft mount, be just like a home utility.
I see, and is this going to, help keep your uniforms, lasting longer as well from,
Yes.
wonderful. That's all I have, thanks, Joe.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Councilman Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we're being asked to approve the fire department purchase of float coats. This also is from Fire Chief Joe Doan. In accordance with fire department policy, fire personnel who work in and around the water shall wear a U.S. Coast Guard approved flotation device. The fire department is requesting to purchase 18 flotation jackets to maintain safety protocol. Most of the float coats currently used by the Algonac Fire Department have reached end of life. The few that are remaining are small and do not fit most of the staff. The Kent Deluxe flotation jackets have Arctic Shield technology hoods and are U.S. Coast Guard approved. We received 3 quotes. We'd budgeted $2,500 in our 22-23 budget for this purchase, and it's recommended we purchase from the low bidder of Go-To Marine LFS. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department's purchase of 18 flotation jackets from Arctic Shield from Go-To Marine LFS Inc., whose address is P.O. Box 1790, Silverdale, WA 98383, an amount of $2,488.72.
Support.
Comments, questions, or concerns?
Mayor Stoneberger, may you address our fire chief again? Real easy question, Joe, is that enough jackets? Do you need any more? Do you have some for spares, or?
Yeah, that'll outfit, the current staff, and plus the ones that we do have will remain in service.
Wonderful, thank you.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarback,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And Fire Chief Joe Doan has been very busy this month. We're being asked to approve fire department purchase of First Watch ice water rescue suits. In accordance with the fire department policy, fire personnel who work in and around ice and cold water shall wear an approved ice and cold water rescue suit. The Algonac Fire Department currently has 4 ice suits that need to be sent out for repairs and resealing. The fire department is requesting to purchase 4 additional First Watch ice water rescue suits, which would bring the total number of suits to 8. We received 3 quotes. $4,000 was budgeted in the 22-23 budget for this purchase, and is recommended we purchase from the low bidder, Fire Safety USA. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department's purchase of 4 First Watch ice water rescue suits
from Fire Safety USA, whose address is 3253 19th Street, in the amount of $2,894.80.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
I have that's the
Yes.
same question, Chief Dillon, is this enough for if we only buy 8, is that enough for the department?
Yeah, we're
The
purchasing,
wetsuits.
purchasing 4, and then with the other ones being refurbished, we'll have a total of 8, which would be sufficient.
Mayor Stolberg, can I comment? Joe, I just wanna thank you for coming in under budget on all 3 of those. What we budgeted for and what you got prices on was under on all 3. Thank you.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Councilman Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Gillis.
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And the last item under new business is to consider boards and commissions reappointments. The following board member has a term expiring and would like to be considered for reappointment to the library board, and that is Amy Justice, whose term ends October 1st, 2022. The boards and commission appointment policy approved by City Council in December of 2015 states that new applicants will not be sought out in the case of a requested reappointment unless by the majority of council. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the reappointment of Amy Justice to the library board for a 3-year term ending October 1st, 2025.
Support.
Comments, questions, or concerns? Well, I'd like to thank Amy for her support in serving on the library board up to now. We do have several residents that are involved in commissions and boards, and we really appreciate them volunteering their time. And we thank them all for that. Anything else? Anybody else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Amy, if you're listening, you're on again. And thank you. All right. Next, it's time to approve our accounts payable and payroll.
I'd like to make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $2,879,337.99.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
I have a quick comment. I hope everybody's not shocked by that amount, but that's reflected in taxes for a lot of it. So it's not just bills to be paid and wages.
It comes in and goes out.
I have a comment as well.
Yes.
You know how stores always try to make it seem cheaper when they use the 99 cents? Did Linda do that?
This month, yes. Roll call, please.
Councilman Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Councilman Blair.
Yes.
Councilman Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And items for our next agenda, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. Looks like we'll have a DPW vehicle repair item, the Scout Park pay application number 2, which will be the final pay app. Councilman Scarbeck has submitted his Youth for the Future permit for the bump and run, so we're going to be looking at a resolution to allow alcoholic beverages at Smith Field. That's all.
Thank you very much. And it's time for council comments. Councilman Blair.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'm sorry, Pastor
John.
and Kim, is it? Welcome, thank you very much. Gail's very happy, so if Gail's happy, that makes all of us happy.
Very happy.
I don't have much to say this evening. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and have a good night. Thank you.
Councilman Gillis.
Thank you all for coming. First of all, Sturgeon Fest is this weekend at Clay Township Park. So it's gonna be Scarecrow Fest and Sturgeon Fest on Saturday. Bring the kids, and there's gonna be a beer tent Saturday night with the Go Beach playing. That's with Sturgeon for tomorrow and Pearl Beach Lions. And, you know, as what was alluded to earlier in the meeting during public comment, yes, Mayor Stoneburner and I did walk Robin Street. Yes, we did. We walked down and we asked the residents, now that you're almost done, is there any concerns that you have? we weren't proud of how the Robin Street project turned out. None of us would sit there and pat ourselves on the back. We know those residents went through a lot in this past year. All 7 of us that sit up here do. But we asked, is there anything else that concerns you? We took a punch list, we brought it to Denise and Joe Vernier, so we could discuss it, and we plan on going back to those residents. It had nothing to do with elections, it has to do with the job that we do. We did not talk that we're running, we did not talk that about elections, we talked, how do you feel it turned out? Well, the storm drain isn't flowing. Well, the storm drain's not flowing because it's got a silk screen in it, because it cannot be opened until grass is planted. So we found that out for those people. This one person thought the road didn't go far enough. We've been working with the engineer to find out, did it go far enough? Why is there a telephone pole? We've been asking those questions. We're waiting on answers, and we plan on getting back to those residents. So it was not politicking, it was walking down and asking for concerns. I kind of thought that's what we've been asked to do, so I think what we did was the right thing. Yes, it did by chance be 2 people who are running, but that wasn't the reason. We didn't talk about elections. Thank you.
Councilwoman Harris.
Just wanna thank everyone for coming and welcome to Pastor John and Kim. Is it Greg or Craig?
Greg.
Greg, welcome. Thank you everyone for coming.
All right, Councilman Martin?
I also wanna welcome Pastor John and your wife. Thank you for coming to our community and helping our people. And I wanna thank Amy Justice for giving her time to the library board and being willing to continue, so thank you.
Councilman Scarbick?
I would like to welcome pastors to our community, and Paul, I hope we can work things out and see what we can do and make things right and get together. But thank you guys all for coming, and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to say that Rocky and I had a wonderful Sunday afternoon, and we chose to do it on a Sunday afternoon because we thought most people would be there. Over 2/3 of the homes had residents home for us to speak with. 30% we did not talk to. One of them was because there's nobody occupies the home, and the others we do plan on following up. We've both been back down there today, a couple times, not together, but to follow up with people, and we got a punch list. And in that punch list, and this is for each household that we talked about, what was concerning them. And some of them were like, well, everything's all right, it's just this little thing. We wrote down every little thing, if it bothered them. And one of the things we did say was, we could do nothing about the construction. We were not able to do that. This time, we were able to be on site, and we were able to go door to door and ask things, and hopefully speed some things up. At our last meeting, we hired a new landscaper to do the landscaping there, because the company that we had hired, the contractor, couldn't do it for another month, and that was unacceptable to us. So there are things that we can do, and there's sometimes things we cannot do. I'm very proud we went there, and it had nothing to do with elections. In fact, that wasn't brought up once, not once. In fact, I ran into someone today that I talked to on Sunday, and he went, oh my gosh, I didn't know you're the one that brings Murphy all the time. He didn't even put 2 and 2 together. And it was good to talk to the people, and I don't regret it for a minute. And I won't regret following up. And some things we have to say, well, we can't do anything about that. But there's reasons why. And we're gonna talk to all those residents and tell them the reasons. Also, this past week, I had the honor of meeting Pastor and having mine and Mayor Pro Tem Bembas, two council people, talk to him, and he picked our brains. What else do you do? What else do you do? What else goes on in this town? He knows more about the town than some of the residents do after our, 1 hour plus meeting we had with him. And it was by chance, and it was wonderful. And I don't regret that. I'm here to talk to people. People have my card and can stop by my house. It has my address on it. It has my phone number on it. And all I say is, if you're calling my phone and if you don't leave a message, you're not gonna hear from me because I don't pick up for numbers I don't know. Leave a message, I'll call you back, and I've always returned calls. So to say we're doing things that we've been doing all along because we're running for something, that is not true. And if you think that, fine, I can't change your mind. But, and it doesn't matter who you are, if you think it. But that's not why 7 of us sit up here and do things for the community. We don't do it for that. We care about our community. And with that, we have a book sale coming up. Change of the subject. September 28th and 29th, Amy Justice, you're probably busy with this. It is put on at the Elginak Clay Library. Lots of great books that they have there. Real good selection of children through adult books, fiction, nonfiction, the works. And also there's a craft and rummage sale. It will be held at the St. Catherine's Activity Center. And all proceeds will be going to the United States Catholic Sisters Against Human Trafficking and Human and Sex Trafficking. So we have a couple things going up. This weekend is the Scarecrow Fest. Nobody had mentioned that. We have the Scarecrow Fest in Clay Township. And there's, and the charity photo quest has been postponed till next year. Too many events are going on in the community, and we don't, our organization in Elginak Alive, we do not like to compete with other organizations for the same people, and so we're gonna reschedule that.
Mayor, I have one thing I had to add.
Yes.
You know, you said you don't answer the phone if you don't know the number.
Yeah.
If your car ever breaks down, don't call me, because people have been trying to reach you about your car warranty, and you're not answering.
And you're still running?
What?
Can I add
Yes.
one more thing?
Yeah.
All right, once again, the Derby's coming up. We're a little under a month away. I did forget, sorry. But we're a little under a month away. We're still looking for more sponsorships to make it the best event we possibly can. Tickets are on sale now. It helps if you buy tickets up front. You know, it helps our organization, it helps grow the organization. It also helps children. All proceeds go towards scholarships, it goes towards helping food banks, it goes towards helping parks, anything that we're needed for and we're asking money, if we have it, we're giving it back. So we're asking you guys, if you guys are available October 14th through the 16th, you're free, you have nothing going on, come out, go enjoy the Derby. We got micro wrestling going on, we got the pit bikes, we got good vendors, we got good beer, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Busch. So we got the good stuff this time. So if you guys wanna come out for a good time, we got good prices. I'd love to see you all. Thank you guys, have a good night.
And not yet. I thought of one more thing.
Go for it.
Mr. Molman, thank you for speaking with us about a concern that I wouldn't have even noticed in the park.
You're welcome.
And I'm there, but I time it, you know. I've
Lots of
used
people
Rite Aids, you
probably
know,
have
but
not
I never
noticed it.
thought about it. Mrs. Gerstenberg, can we see to it that we have, handicap the portable ones in the meantime, at both ends?
Of course, Mayor Stormberg.
Thank you. And
Thank
with
you.
that,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.